mambo vipi, kama kawaida, it's your main man, Benali on this.
Ushika mkono wangu, ukayatatua matatizo yangu, umeibeba mizigo.
Can you imagine, kwa Kenyan music industry, we have less than 20 female, yani wale wasichana wame make it to the top. It's very challenging, it's very hard. Yani mimi mwenyewe hata I felt ashamed as a producer, yani kukuwa nasema hakuna wasichana ambao wame make kama female artist. And to help us understand the reason, the challenges zile mademu wana face, I got a chance kubongana Nelly, Tuikong. Yani ukisikia hili, if you hear Nelly Tuikong,
bila we, mimi siwezi, bila kubali mziki ama kushukia, sauti ya nani nitaisikia.
Power.
Mlinzi wangu, vitani vyako, umeibeba mzigo.
Grace.
Did you know that your baby,
She's a lawyer, she's so bright. So atakuwa anaweza kunisaidia understand challenges za madem kwa industry, and na believe that kutakuwa poa sana after this interview. Utaweza understand the challenges, na wewe kama msichana ambaye unapcome kwa industry, how will you do it much better.
My name is Nelly Tuikong. I am a singer. I am also a lawyer. I am currently doing my pupillage. I'm working towards being an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. So I have dealt a lot with self-image and how I view myself, especially being in the industry, because it's a very visual industry. People judge you a lot by how you look, how you dress, the tone, the skin color of your skin tone. And in the very beginning, I was a very shy and timid girl. I suffered a lot with low self-esteem issues, and that really made my confidence very low. I used to just hang around in the back. I wasn't confident enough to be at the forefront of doing things. And it's because at that point, I didn't believe that I was enough. Like, the way God made me was enough to be successful, enough to be influential. But once I got exposed to the truth, and people around me reminded me of the truth that the way God made me is enough. That my skin color, the black on my skin is beautiful. So now, sometimes I do have those times when I am doubting, but I know the truth about my beauty, the truth about who I am as a person, who I view myself as. And I think it's important that girls out there believe and know that they are beautiful just the way they are, and they don't buy into the lie of comparison and thinking that this other person is beautiful because their skin looks like this, because their body looks like this. But we need to believe just the way you are beautiful. So some of the challenges that I've faced in the entertainment industry, which I'm in, and even maybe I can say the law industry, because I've been working for a couple of months. A few of them can be maybe sexual harassment or not being taken seriously just because I'm a girl or because I'm a woman. And let's say a couple of years ago, I used to be in this group called Recap, and I was the only girl in the group, and I was singing with 3 other young men in the group. So I can say for a fact that one of the reasons that I was kind of shielded from, let's say, sexual harassment is because I had 3 other guys around me at all times. So I wasn't at the forefront of dealing with, let's say, people who were prone to sexually harass me, or even when we go to performances, people just being around me who would not be of the best behavior. It was because these other guys were around me. And I found that to be very unfortunate, because right now I don't have that privilege of having guys around me all the time, or there are many girls who are performing or are in the entertainment industry who don't have that, and it should not be that way. The situation should not be that my security is assured only because there are guys around me. So I think that one of the ways that we need to deal with these things is talking to guys around us about it, being open about it, making it a conversation that this is wrong, this is what we need to teach, this is how men need to be taught to treat girls, and this is the standard that girls should hold people around them to, so that security is not just about having a man around. It's just people around you they treat you with respect because you are a human and you deserve that dignity. So there have been points where I have dealt with gatekeepers in the Kenyan music industry. So this would be maybe people who have a significant say in your whatever field it is that you're doing your work in, maybe a producer, a director, a DJ or something. So maybe they'd ask for subtle favors, subtle sexual favors, or, you know, you want a relationship beyond a professional relationship. And how I dealt with it is just basically just shutting it down. I know it can be very discouraging, you know, having someone not take you at the value of your talent, at the value of your professionalism, at the value of, you know, the career that you're bringing to the table. But I think we should be able to reach to a point where we say that if we are not working on a ground that is professional, on a ground that is based on respect and human dignity, I'm willing to let that go. I'm willing to say that this is not it for me, and I want to do work that is professional, work that dignifies me as a woman and doesn't require me to give favors so that I get something good. And it's work that you're paying for. So I think we should be able to demand better from people. And I think also, on that same note, we should challenge more girls to get into this industry as directors, into the Kenyan music industry as directors, producers, you know, everything that we need as DJs. We need more female voices out there so that the issues that we face are more known. It would be easier to tell a female director such and such a thing, or, you know, so we need more female voices. The reality is there's a very small percentage of female entertainers or female musicians. Like if you look at the ratio, it's very dismal actually. There are not very many girls who are at the forefront, well, if you compare it to the numbers of the guys. And I think one of the things that we should do about it is push towards mentorship and teamwork. Personally, what I can say is I've received support from some women in the gospel music industry because they've really encouraged me and really supported me. I've had a lot of conversations with people like Masi Masika and Alice Kimanzi, who have given me advice about what to do, how to do things. And I don't think there's a shortage of advice or a shortage of people who can guide girls into doing these things. So I think that one of the things that I should do more, and what I'd encourage our girls to do more, is seek these relationships that better where you are. Seek people who have gone ahead of you and who have succeeded in music and in the entertainment business to give you wisdom and advice and the know-how of what to do or what path to take. And on the other side, be willing to hold another girl's hand and tell her, this is what to do. This is how you avoid this pitfall, and this is the situation I've been in, and this is how you can avoid it. Basically, be there for your fellow sister. So I think that will make the situation a whole lot better. Okay, so about menstrual health. I think the conversation around menstrual health should be normalized. It should be a conversation that we can have with anyone, with girls and with guys, without it being stigmatized. Because currently it can be very awkward to talk about it, or people want to dance around it, or you don't want to say period, or you don't want to say I have cramps, I'm not able to do this, or there are even other issues about menstrual health that are even deeper, like endometriosis or PMS and other things that actually affect your mental health. And this should be things that we can talk about normally. Personally, I normally have some very, very bad cramps consistently. And the way that it has disadvantaged me is that when it happens, I'm not able to perform at 100. I'm not able to be very confident because I'm in pain, or I don't feel like being around people. So the way that I've dealt with it is being open about it. While I was in recap, I would just tell the guys, by the way, today I'm just not feeling well. I'm on my period, so just give me 1 or 2 days, or I can just tell another person that I'm not feeling well. This is what's happening. And I think for me, this is a conversation that I want to normalize. I want to make it okay to talk about within the context of the industry. And I think that cuts across. It should be the norm for other people and other ladies. Guys should be willing to listen and to be okay with it, not to just brush it off, because it's something that affects all childbearing women. Like if you're from a teenager going up, you have periods and it affects you in one way or another. So I think guys should listen to the conversation, and we should talk about it openly. We should raise our voices and not be silent about it. Don't nyamazia it. Alafu ikae kama it's such a taboo thing, such a stigmatized thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a normal, natural cycle, and it's not taboo. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with talking about it. So be open about it. Be free about it.